Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about what in my opinion is the best color profile settings for the GH4. As you all know, the Panasonic GH4 does ship with some great default color profile settings, such as Cinelike D and Cinelike V. The problem I personally have with these is it really doesn't bring that much dynamic range out of the GH4 sensor, and it's a bit too contrasty, which makes it hard to color grade later on in post. A user on reduser.net has figured out how to match his Red Dragon with the Panasonic GH4. And what this does is give the GH4 more of a cinematic look and feel, so more of a green overhue rather than a magenta overhue that Panasonic sensors are really known for. It also brings out a little bit more dynamic range than Cinelike D or Cinelike V. All you do is change a few simple settings, so I'll show you how to do that right now. The first thing we need to do to set up our GH4 for the Red Dragon settings is change our custom color profile to Cinelike D. In order to do that, go to your menu under Motion Picture and choose Cinelike D, then go hit Display, and it'll ask you to overwrite your current custom profile. Just hit Yes. And why we do that is because the Red Dragon settings is based off the standard Cinelike D setting. Next thing we need to do is go back into that setting, our custom setting, go down to Sharpness, -3, Noise Reduction, -3, just hit Set. Then we're going to go down in the menu and go to Highlight Shadow. Then we're going to select our highlight and go -4. And what I'm doing is just using the little jog wheels on the top of the camera next to the shutter button. And then our shadow, +1. Hit up on the directional pad to hit save. I just saved it as custom 1. Overwrite setting, yes. You'll say completed. We're going to go back in the menu, change our eye dynamic to off, and our eye resolution to off. Make sure your master pedestal is at 0. We do not want this looking too flat. And then our luminance level to 16-235. The last thing we're going to do is make sure one of our white balance settings, maybe one you use the most, is set to amber 2 and green 4. So in order to do that, just go to your white balance, hit down on the directional pad to adjust, hit left on the directional pad to go amber 2, and up on the directional pad 4 times to green 4, and just hit set. And so what that does, you'll see this little plus and it's highlighted. That means you adjusted the color settings for your white balance. If you use Kelvin, you'll unfortunately have to adjust this every time you change the Kelvin setting, which is really kind of annoying. You don't have to push the green or amber as much. That's just the settings that the user on reduser.net used. I find it likable. You can adjust it more or less depending on your taste. And that's all there is to it, guys. This September, Panasonic will be releasing V-Log. The great thing is it will bring out much more dynamic range on the GH4 sensor, and will finally have true log with the GH4. The only problem is you will have to upgrade your firmware, and it will cost you $99. I'll have a completely separate video showing you how to upgrade your firmware and install V-Log. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Red Dragon settings, and until next time.